By the time you hit this lesson, you should have been drilling the blues scales through all 5 positions. You should also at least be comfortable with the idea of using those patterns in different keys. I hope too that you've managed to spend some time using the patterns to improvise with, either with other musicians or against backing tracks. In this lesson, we're going to look at certain pathways that link these positions together diagonally. This allows you a little bit more freedom to play extended phrases and runs on the guitar, and also helps improve your general sense of orientation, as mentioned in the last lesson. Now, we're going to be working in the key of G to begin with as an example, but these ideas that we're looking at can be played in several different keys. Okay, so first of all, here's a demonstration of the whole diagonal run. Starting on the low G and the 3rd fret bottom string, the ascending run, and the descending run. So let's take it one chunk at a time. What we do is we start with the first position and we play 1 octave of the scale, as we normally would when we're drilling the first position, except that instead of playing this last note with our 3rd finger, we slide up with the 1st finger. Because that pushes us up into the next position. And basically, that's the pattern to think of throughout this exercise. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1 in effect. That takes us into the 2nd position, where we just carry on. Slight problem we have to negotiate, because the 2nd string tuning anomaly means that we shift slightly the fingering here. So the fingering starts out as before, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, but then instead of that note we go to that note on our 2nd finger, as we normally do in the 2nd position of course, and then instead of playing that note with the pinky finger, we slide to the 1st finger to be ready for the next octave. So that link again from 1st to 2nd position. So notice this cunning little trick as I come up the 2nd position. I'm on my 2nd finger there, but as I slide, I switch to that 1st finger. 2nd finger there, 1st finger there, to help keep the pattern continuous. And then I use a similar trick to finish off. Here, in our 3rd octave here, we effectively run out of strings. So we need to jump up to the 5th position to complete the octave. And again, we switch fingers from our 3rd finger there to our 2nd finger there, bringing our 4th finger into there, as we normally expect to do in that 5th position. So that's the ascending run. Here it is once again played really slowly, and this time see if you can come with me on this. It's a really good idea to sort out this ascending run before moving on and working out the return journey. Okay, so that's the ascending pattern. if you'd like to spend a bit more time on that right now, just hit pause when the diagram comes up. Then, when you're ready, we'll look at the descending pattern. Okay, so now for the descending pattern, which we start on the note we finished the ascending pattern on, fret 15 on the top string. Now the fingering's up to you on this. I favour my stronger fingers on this run, so I start on my third finger, but you could just as happily start on your fourth. But if I start on my third finger here, I'm going to go... And this is just running down the fifth position as we've drilled it, except if I'm using these fingers, I then use the slide there to finish it off to get into my next position. Then I complete a whole octave there in the fourth position before sliding on down into the third position and finishing by the same trick as we used on the way up, sliding down and switching fingers, and this time it's quite a big shift from the first finger there to the fourth position there, and finishing off with my first finger back on my root G there. So here's the whole descending run, played nice and slow, so you can see if you can follow along with this. Starting on fret 15, top string, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the descending run. And here's the diagram for that you can pause if you like, if you want to sort of work a little bit more at consolidating that before moving on. Now, of course, to translate this into other keys, you simply change the point at which you start. So that was the run in the key of G, starting there, ending here. Supposing I want to do it in the key of A, just move up to the 5th fret. And that works like that. Key of C, start there. And so on. Now this particular run may not work so well, say for the key of D or E flat. We're getting a little bit high up here, but it works pretty good for anything from E up to about D there on most guitars. Okay, so now let's just look at how we might use this run to improvise with. Now, the way I think of this is, if you like, these diagonal runs are like the sort of highways, the freeways or motorways that help you travel quickly from A to B. And then you could argue that the rest of the positions are there for you to explore in the same way as you might drive off the motorway and explore the little picturesque villages and country roads en route. So see if that makes any sense to you on this demonstration. I'm going to give you a demonstration in the key of A because I happen to have a backing track handy for that. track from the toolbox if you'd like to have a go at playing over that one. Meanwhile, I'll leave you with the two diagrams of the patterns if you'd like to sort of consolidate your familiarity with those. Have some fun with that, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next lesson.